Hi, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel. I have another tip of the week for you, and that's all about how to figure out how much fabric you need. I get asked that every week. Someone's taking on a project that's rather large, they're a little lost, they're not quite sure how to get the amount of fabric that they need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over what's on a typical bolt of fabric, and then what the typical width of that fabric is. So let's look at my little diagram here. And that's where I've got a piece of fabric that's folded like it is when you purchase it off of the bolt. So here is the folded edge, and when it's folded, it has the selvage edges together. And I've put little marks here, what a quarter yard is, or excuse me, what an eighth of a yard is, all the way up to 1 yard. So every so many inches, it's going to go up into a certain amount of yardage that you need. Now, some stores will sell their fabric by the inch. So if you need something that's in between an eighth of a yard and a quarter of a yard, you can still buy it by the inch. So if you're making something, let's say, I'm just going to throw numbers out. Let's say it's 10 to 12 inches wide, and a typical width of fabric, especially quilting fabric, is 42, maybe 44 inches wide. Other fabrics, like your drapery fabrics, upholstery fabrics, can be 50 and 60 inches wide. So let's say you want a piece of fabric, you want to cut a piece of fabric that's going to be maybe 9-10 inches wide. So you would lay it here and go, oh, okay, I only need about a quarter of a yard or a little over a quarter of a yard. But if you need it longer than the 42-inch width that this particular piece of fabric is, it's not going to work. So a suggestion is that you could get double the width. In other words, you would go over and cut a second piece, then stitch those pieces together. But maybe whatever you're making is, you don't want a seam in the middle of it. So what you would have to do then is turn it to how you would cut it, and you would go this way. So you would cut it however wide you wanted it, and you would go out. So if you wanted longer than 42 inches, you're going to have to get over a yard. You're going to have to just keep going out that way. So the most economical way, if it works out, is to just buy double the width that you need going this way, stitch them together. For instance, I will often do table runners like that. I will buy, instead of a quarter of a yard, I'll buy a half of a yard, cut it in half, stitch the two ends together, and then take it from there. I try to place the seam of where I stitch the two pieces together in the very middle of the table runner. So I will calculate how much to cut off if I'm making it shorter, is that I will cut it off from the center point, measuring out from the center point, and then cutting it off. Now let's suppose you want to make draperies. That was a question I had recently. Most drapery fabric is 50 inches wide, but my windows are really tall, maybe not very wide, but they're really tall. I would need, on average, 3.5 yards. There's only 10 yards on the Home Essentials line of fabric. So if I'm going to make, let's say, cover 3 windows, I will not be able to get all of that fabric on one bolt. I will have to buy 7 yards off of one bolt, go find another bolt, and hopefully they have it, and cut the additional 3.5 yards off. So you have to map it out. Draw a picture where you want your seams to be, how much you're going to need for that cut. So when you go to the fabric store, you don't cut yourself too short on some pieces and then maybe not enough on others. The best thing to do is measure 2 or 3 times before you actually cut your fabric, because you don't want to waste. It can be a really expensive mistake. One other tip I have for you: when someone asks me how much fabric do I need, let's say you're going to make a big quilt for your bed. You want to cover the whole bed. And they start asking me how much fabric they need. That's a clue to me that they've not sewn very much. They're very new at sewing. So my advice to you is, if you're trying to tackle a project that's way beyond your experience, tackle something smaller. Maybe make a little baby quilt first, or a little lap quilt, before you venture into a king-size bed quilt. Also remember, do you want the bed cover to cover just the top mattress along the side, or do you want it to cover the box spring also? So sometimes I don't have that information, so you need to figure out how much you want it to cover. Do you want it to go all the way over to the floor on both sides, or do you want it just to cover the sides of the top mattress? So that's where you need to measure a lot, and I mean a lot. Now, I have one other video that's talking about how to calculate the fabric that you need, and that one really goes in depth. So why don't you check for that link below your YouTube screen for that video link, because I give you a lot of suggestions on where you can get more information on bed covers. Well, I hope that this video was helpful to you, because it is a very common question for me. Now, make sure you follow me on Instagram and check out my Facebook page. And oh, by the way, if you're interested in other beginner sewing projects, check below your YouTube screen for those additional links. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad you came to my sewing room. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.